Welcome into the Week 4 Fantasy Recap. It was a very high scoring week, so let's get into the recap, as always, starting with Redraft. Leftist Tears 2-2 defeats the Stoners 3-1, 135.09 to 132.95. Down 6 points on Monday night, it was merely a formality for Leftist Tears to secure the victory and hand the Stoners their first loss of the season. Cooper Kupp and Jeff Wilson just needed to combine for 6 points over the San Francisco defense's total, but it didn't come too easy as the Niners defense posts 22 points. Leftist Tears position players makes up for their lack of defense too, as the Lions defense knocks them down 8 points. A promising performance from Jared Goff for the Stoners is something to look forward to, though, as they will have Virginity on the docket for next week. No pun intended, 2-2 defeats Nico's League 2-2, 134.3 to 71.53. No pun intended finds pay dirt and beats up on a weak Nico's League team. MPI gets a solid performances up and down the lineup, not really having a standout star carrying the team. The same can't be said for Nico's League, as only a QB and a defense were able to crack double digits. Nico's League finishes the week with the 14th lowest score in league history. Steeler Virginity 3-1 defeats the Red Carpets 1-3, 134.42 to 107.37. Steeler Virginity moves to 3-1 on the season, taking down the Red Carpets in the process. Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Justin Jefferson were the standouts, combining for 46.03 points. The Red Carpets had a few letdowns from Pittman and Juju, but the main concern is how the team will bounce back after the Javonte Williams injury. Bills Mafia 4-0 defeats Gumpy Glizzy's 0-4, 163.55 to 148.02. Bills Mafia is on a roll and doesn't show any signs of stopping. While scoring the most points in the league this week and cruising to victory, they moved to 4-0 and dumped Gumpy Glizzy's down into the 0-4 hole. This is Bills Mafia's 4th win over Gump in 7 all-time matchups and the highest they've ever scored in matchup history. Scoob Delinquent 2-2 defeats Washington Rednecks 1-3, 142.2 to 140.73. We have our first exhilarating finish of the season, as Scoob Delinquent squeezes past the Washington Rednecks in the final seconds of Sunday Night Football. Scoob was looking intently for a Mike Evans reception over 10 yards or so, and got it as time ran down in the game. Evans pitched the ball back, which could have resulted in a fumble, losing Scoob the game, but luckily another Buccaneer was there to claim possession and secure the victory for Scoob. This is Scoob's 8th win over the Washington Rednecks in 12 all-time matchups, and this is also the 6th time this matchup has been decided by less than 10 points. In those 6 close finishes, Scoob has a 5-1 record. We'll go to our Week 5 Redraft Power Rankings, starting at the bottom, not moving at number 10, Gumpy Glizzies. At number 9, not moving, no pun intended. At number 8, not moving, Steeler Virginity. At number 7, not moving, Leftist Tears. At number 6, moving down 2 spots, the Red Carpets. At number 5, not moving, the Stoners. At number 4, moving up 2 spots, the Washington Rednecks. At number 3, moving down 2 spots, Nico's League. At number 2, staying put, Scoob Delinquent. And at number 1, moving up 2 spots, Bills Mafia. Our Week 5 game of the week is Bills Mafia 4-0 versus Washington Rednecks 1-3. A matchup of the only unbeaten team left against a team that could be unbeaten if it weren't for some bad luck to start the season. And we move into Dynasty. CZ Raccoon 74 4-0 defeats I Am They 1-3, 150.51 to 135.74. CZ Raccoon 74 continues sheer dominance and posts a score over the 150 mark for the 2nd time this season. The score is even more impressive when you consider the injury to Tua Tagovailoa, leaving him at 2.4 points in the starting lineup. I Am They had a decent game overall, but not enough to match this high-scoring week. Nico's Dream Team 4-0 defeats Scoob Dynasty 1-3, 144.33 to 133.54. Nico's Dream Team surges to 4-0 after taking down Scoob Dynasty. Jared Goff is the standout star, filling in for the injured Dak Prescott and posting 33.22 points, even with DeAndre Swift, Amon St. Brown, and DJ Chark out with injuries. Nico's Dream Team will face a daunting task next week, though, with fellow unbeaten Sneezy Raccoon 74 coming to town. Cover Dynasty 2-2 defeats Dreadnought Inc. 2-2, 113.25 to 95.13. Cover Dynasty casts a line into the luck pool for the first time in what seems like forever and reels in a big one as they secure the victory while scoring the 2nd least amount of points this week. Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Justin Jefferson alone combined for almost 60% of Cover Dynasty's total points en route to the win. Stratton Oakmont Inc. suffers their second loss of the season, but they will look to bounce back next week against I Am They. Prestige Worldwide 1-3 defeats the Scoob Empire 1-3, 166.78 to 155.91. In a crazy game, Prestige Worldwide uses their multitude of players in night games and secures a come-from-behind victory. Cooper Kupp, Mike Evans, Tyler Higbee, Leonard Fournette, Jeff Wilson, and Tom Brady all played on either Sunday or Monday Night Football, and they needed to average 15.15 points between the 6 of them to outscore the Scoob Empire. Outscore is exactly what they did, combining for 101.75 points and clearing the benchmark by more than 10 points. Our Week 5 Dynasty Power Rankings. Seems like this happens one time every season, but Power Rankings have not moved from last week. So everyone has stayed put in their spots, but I will go over it again, starting from the bottom as always. At number 8, Dynasty. At number 7, I Am They. At number 6, the Scoob Empire. At number 5, Stratton Oakmont Inc. At number 4, Comer Dynasty. At number 3, Prestige Worldwide. At number 2, Nico's Dream Team. At number 1, Sneezy Raccoon 74. And our Week 5 Dynasty Game of the Week, Sneezy Raccoon 74, 4-0 versus Nico's Dream Team, 4-0. This epic showdown battle of the unbeatens will leave one team at 5-0 and the other with their first loss of the year. That should be a really good one. We'll move into our Survivor Pool recap. All 3 remaining players stay alive in Week 4. Reed chose what would end up being the safest option, as the Chargers take care of the Texans in Houston, claiming the victory by 10 points. Devin, interestingly, chose the Bills on the road against Lamar and the Ravens, but a last-second Tyler Bass walk-off field goal moves them to 3-1 on the season. Jet chose the Packers, who played a back-and-forth game with the Patriots, but pulled off a 3-point win on Mason Crosby's winning overtime field goal as time expired. Had he missed the field goal, the game would have ended in a tie, keeping Jet alive anyways, so there was no need to worry. All right, that does it for Week 4 recap. That might take the cake for craziest week in fantasy so far. So we'll see. I think that overtakes Week 1. But we'll see how it goes for the rest of the season, and we'll see you 1 week from today for the Week 5 recap. See you then.